Hey there, everyone. Here's what I thought of the first episode of Chainsaw Man. Um, so the episode starts off, guys, with Den Denji kind of having another dream, and Denji's the type of character and guy that dreams a lot. For what reason? I'll get into in a second, but we see Denji, this is a shot, this, this is, this is Shadow, sort of, struggle to walk to, to walk to the store, and right as he opens it, he, basically wakes up in this, basically a shack of a house and says, gee, better get to work. Excuse me, guys. And, and basically, guys, what, what Denji does as a job is, he's what the, chainsaw world refers to as a, devil hunter, which means, he basically, takes care, destroys destroys any evil devils that is that is hired to by the Yakutsk Yakutska sort of underground crime family, and Denji's able to do this by using a devil powered chainsaw named Papuchia, which basically Denji said when he what when he was a younger child, basically, guys, well, actually, before I get to that, I guess I should say, Denji's, first job we see is to get rid of this, tomato-looking devil, and then the person that's, basically in charge of, Denji's, devil hunting assignment, says, nice work, Denji, and send you all my I'll give you X amount of money for doing this, because, guys, Denji has been working as a devil hunter ever since he's been a younger kid, because his dad died from a suicide by hanging, actually, and his mom died of heart disease. So basically, guys, ever since he's been basically a young kid, Denji's been sort of orphaned, and kind of doesn't really, at least fully, recognize or acknowledge completely that his life is basically shit. I mean, guys, the house, the place that Denji sleeps at night, literally is basically a shack. I mean, literally, guys, Denji and Papuchia basically don't have a pot to piss in. I mean, literally, they are one step away from being homeless. And guys, it but the reason Denji is in debt to the yeah 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 Kutzka crime syndicate is because his debt it it is actually his father's old debt, but basically they told him at while he's sitting at his pre, presumably his dad's gravesite, the guy that basically took pity on Denji and hired him as a devil hunter for the Yakutska gang is because it 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 is so Denji could personally pay off his dad's debt and basically be saved from being killed. And guys, it, it, in between each of Denji's devil hunting jobs, him and he uses Pochia's chainsaw. He uses Pochia as a chainsaw to try and make actually an honest living as a I'll call it kind of a lumberjack, but it's basically somebody who cuts down trees, which is still basically a lumberjack type of job. And guys, the 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 guy says before they hire Denji as their devil hunter, hey kid, you have until tomorrow to basically come up with all your dad's money that he owes me, or else we're gonna basically chop you into pieces and kill you, and possibly feed you to a zombie, or another devil that's actually strong and not weak like Pochia was. In fact, guys, we cut to Pochia and Denji actually meeting for the first time, and Denji realizes that Pochia is actually hurt, and he's like, hey, you're a devil, aren't you? Well, why don't you go ahead and kill me? I can't pay out I can't give them all my dad's money, so I'm dead either way, so just go on and kill me. But then he realizes that Pochi is hurt, and Alfred and basically tells the cute little guy to bite him because Denji's heard that drinking blood can actually heal a devil, and from that day on, guys, Denji and Pochia basically have this pact that basically they're the only ones left that can basically look out for each other and at least make sure that the hopefully that the other one at least will eventually be able to live a normal life and have a normal death. In fact, guys, that's all Denji really wants out of life is to finally actually be able to finally pay off his family's debt to the Yakutskas, and actually stop having to eat cigarettes for money, or basically having to give all the money that he has from each devil hunting job to the Yakutska, and maybe have some jam to put on his bread, or actually maybe able to get a decent place for him in Pochia, because Denji is so stressed about trying to possibly find a way out of his debt that he's literally sold one of his eyes, a kidney, and yes, his male gen and yes, his ball and one of his balls, and by balls I mean one of his nuts, aka his male genitalia, to basically just barely try and make some extra money to make sure him and Pochia can at least yet again eat 2 pieces of bread with nothing on it. And then Denji says, "Boy, I just wish I could at least dream for once in my life, and actually live like a normal person, and maybe be able to finally have a girlfriend too, or maybe finally feel like what it's like to play some video games, and just live a normal life." But again, guys, because of the amount of debt that Denji's family owes, he can't do that, and so it's unbeknownst to him, the Yakutskas have just been hiring Denji as a devil hunter, because he's basically because he'll basically work for little peanuts, and he's just and he's as loyal to them as a literal dog, because he'll do exactly what he has to. And so, guys, one day the Yakuza guys basically knock on Denji's door, and this is after he wakes up from dreaming about just being able to have a normal life and live as a normal person and not be surrounded by all this chaos and depression, and just being able to live a normal life. That the Yakuza guys knock on his door again and say, "Hey Denji, we got another job for you, time to go to work." And then Denji is led to this basically like barn / factory looking place that we see in the trailer, and that his boss basically says, "Hey Denji," and then Denji tells his boss, "Hey, I don't see or hear anything. Maybe what was ever supposed to be here finally left." And then that's when they basically tell Denji that hey, look, kid, we we are grateful for everything that you've done to us over the years. You're as loyal as a dog. You do exactly what we tell you to, but the only problem with dogs is they're smelly, and I can't take your stench anymore. And so, guys, Denji is pretty much betrayed by his own bosses, and his former employer revealed that just as he basically made a sort of noble deal with Papucha to save him from dying, that they've made a deal with a demon too. Only this time, the devil's a zombie, and guys, the zombie basically says, "Hey, look, I ate all demon hunters, so guess what, kid? It's time for you to die." And yes, guys, that they actually do make short work of Denji and actually massacre him and destroy his entire body. And Denji would have been finished just like that if not for his beloved almost sort of like dog best friend Pochia. And guys, yes, but Pochia basically does walk around like your average dog, except he has a chainsaw for a head, and he basically remember something that Denji told him while they were cutting down trees in the forest one day, and that is that Denji hears and knows that there's a good chance that he'll die fighting a devil, and may not ever have the chance to pay off his family's debt or live any resemblance of the normal basic life he dreams of. And his only regret for that would be to leave Pochia alone again and unable to fend for himself like he pretty much was when they met that first day. But then, guys, Denji tells but his Pochia tells the little guy that he hears that it is possible for devils to take over a person's body if they're dead. And Denji says, if that ever happens, and you have the ability to take someone's body over, please, little guy, use as a final parting gift, use my body at your disposal. And Pochia basically comes to Denji after that and says, well, actually Denji says, Pochia, I was pretty much convinced, but you actually finally you actually did what I said and took over my body, didn't you? And then Pochia says, I always love the way that you keep talking about your dreams, Denji. And so Pochia says, Denji, I'll put you back together, and my heart will not replace yours. But in exchange, someday I want you to be able to show me your dream of finally living a peaceful life that is free of all this chaos, depression, debt, and everything else. And then Denji says to the main devil and his former zombie associates, hey, you're getting in the way of our dream. Move out of the way. And oh yeah, you guys hired me as a devil hunter, right? I'm supposed to take out the devils, right? Well, I guess I better get to it. And guys, as soon as Denji wakes up, his entire body, including his eye, and I'm assuming yes, his one half of, and I'm assuming all of his private genitalia is restored to him as well. And then he says, Pochia. And then guys, Denji tells, as he says, get out of the way to the main demon and the rest of the zombies. Denji pulls Pochia's cord one last time, like he would any other time, to start up Pochia as the chainsaw. Only this time, guys, Denji finally at last does transform into the Chainsaw Man. And yes, guys, the CGI once the devil and the zombies do get revealed, that's when the CGI is noticeable. But man, guys, just the way that Denji is killed the first time by the devil's zombies, it is actually, I'll put it this way, Mappa was 100% serious about there being absolutely no censorship, and even if there is, the censorship is very, very minimal, because guys, the amount of bloodshed that Denji and his Chainsaw Man does to the zombies, it basically takes Jujutsu Kaisen's almost amount of gore and takes it to another level. But that's another thing, guys. It also kind of almost takes Yuji's and Sukuna's relationship, whereas it's one good, one evil, and Tori flips it. Whereas Denji and Pochia were both at least pretty good people, and then Denji makes the comment that gee, old man, you guys turned yourself over to this devil, because you wanted to gain demonic power, right? You wanted something more. And Denji starts to say that, wow, even though pretty much all I wanted is to live a normal life and have a normal death and just be your average guy, I guess that's my own ignorance for not being satisfied, because Pochi and I may have just been like barely, and I mean barely, guys, scraping the barrel by. But the point is, at least the two of us did have each other, and I wasn't satisfied with the life that we had before. And so, guys, after absolutely massacring the the main demon at the main demon, as well as the rest of his former zombie associates, and the guy that paid him 100 yen to basically eat a cigarette. That's when Makima and her gang basically find Denji in the barn and says, "Hey, look, somebody got here before us." And then Denji's basically lured by Makima when she says, "Hey, look, there is still a devil in here, but he's different. He's actually still human." And so, guys, Power basically makes him an offer that Denji can't refuse either way, which is, I can either kill you as a demon, or I can keep you as a human, but I will make sure that you are well fed and cared for. And then Denji's response is, "Hug me." So already he finally got to hug that girlfriend, and finally get that jam on the bread that he always wanted, and even some coffee to go with it. And because every single one of the Yakutska have been killed, Denji is free of his family's death, but now, guys, he has to live under Makima, sorry guys, and basically do whatever she wants, and the episode ends with Makima's breakfast idea, and Denji says, "That's awesome." So yes, guys, I do think that this episode was worth all the waiting that we got, and yes, guys, I cannot wait for the dub of this episode to come out. But yeah, guys, I think Chainsaw Man is off to a very promising start. Have a good one.